January 6th, and now I'm having a night snack with the band members. They're cool, typical Norwegian boys, I think. They've been playing together for 6 years. It's fun to see them have fun. Let me introduce the members of Tiel band. Their names are Olaf, he's on the vocals and rhythm guitar, Leif on drums, Tormod on guitar, lead guitar, and Erik on bass. The band had no experience in music when they started, and they decided to name the band Tiel, and it actually has no meaning. And Tiel is not even a word in Norwegian, but you know, they were just teenagers and they didn't think about it, I guess. They're not a particularly famous band in Norway, but by the Norwegian Evangelical Free Church, they chose this band, Tiel, to tour around Norway, teaching and mobilizing youth and music and having different concerts. And they get to do 100 different concerts during this 1 year. They also don't get paid anything extra than what their living and traveling expenses. They are passionate about teaching people how to play music.
Well, I have here the members of Tiel.
Yeah, according to Norwegian, I guess. Now there's 4 of them. How's their experience in Japan been so far?
Oh, it's been good. Really good. People are... they're treating us very well. We met a lot of interesting people. And, yeah, it's been great actually.
Fancy toilets. What are you guys' goal as you guys are coming into Japan?
We want to make a difference. The goal is to get people to become Christians. But for ourselves, it was to see Japan, have fun, do a couple of good concerts.
You think you've done some good concerts so far? You feel like it? Or?
The equipment are not what we hoped for.
Okay.
But I think we did really well.
Do you think you'll have anything you'll take home?
All the nice people.
Yeah.
The hospitality. Actually, we can function as a normal rock band in Norway. I don't know if there are any Christians who are from the rock band here in Japan. So, I don't know. I think maybe that's something that has gone into me.
Yeah. Well, here I have with me Ruth Michelson. She's my sister, and she is somehow of a... What's your title, Ruth?
Translator for that, or translator and helper, organizer, administrator, type of thing.
So she's pretty much in charge of this thing. She's not in charge. She's...
I haven't planned it. I've advised.
And her newly wed husband, Kunutola, here.
Hi.
Anyways, I wanted to ask some things about what kind of vision that has brought them to Japan. So I will let Ruth talk a little bit.
Well, I think the biggest thing that's gonna be a result of this tour is the 4 guys, the band members, that are gonna see mission and the world in a totally different way. I'm hoping that they will receive a vision for Japan, the Japanese people.
You want the band, personally, those people, to have a mission for Japan?
If not, it's something that God's gonna decide, but if not Japan, I definitely believe that going out of their country and serving in different ways, using their giftings, which is music, will create a vacuum in their hearts.
Yeah, okay. Yes, my sister really knows how to talk in poetic ways. But what's your vision for the Japanese people who are going to be affected by this whole thing?
Well, to know that there's a Christian community in the whole world. Some Christians are all alone in Japan, and they'll be encouraged to know that there's a God's family over all the world. And also for the non-Christians and just the other youth, that they can understand that they can use music. God has created music that there is a band. There's tons of bands existing in the world who praise God with their music, and just an eye opener, I guess.
So do you think that the Japanese youth in particular has... Do you think they're not connected so much with the rest of the Christian, I don't know, body maybe?
Yeah, some of them are connected in different ways, you know, but the youth, I think a lot of them are isolated, yeah.
So we started playing at different places, and Kyle got to play at many different places, but they seemed not to be able to find, what should I say, their crowd. January 7th, the first band seminar concert. That was great. Not many youth to work with though. Actually none. There are no youth in the churches. January 9th, Tiel played lots of slow and less energetic songs with less energy so that it will fit the backdrop of the Lutheran tradition. It's good that Tiel is willing to give up some of their own style for the sake of uniting young and old.
As a band, I think it was very flexible music because they were very flexible in being quiet. In one situation, in a church situation, they were pretty much obedient to the leadership in what kind of style and loudness they should use.
It was definitely time for something to change. January 12th, they played at Kansei Gakuin College chapel service. The chapel was completely full. I think many came in hearing the noise of young music. It was probably the liveliest 30 minutes of chapel they've ever had. The very next day, they did a full concert at Takarazuka Lutheran Church. January 13th, I think it was the first concert they ever had with young people in it in Japan. In fact, there were mostly teen and early 20s. There were over 80 people in that church, and even the old people of the church accepted that flow. Wow, it was a miracle. This was the concert on the 13th that I consider true success. All kinds of people from age 12 to 70 were there. And although so many people had to put earplugs in to tolerate the music, the bonding together of different kinds of generations and cultures was simply beautiful. Just the church attracts strange ones of people. And then, even though if they don't associate with each other outside of the church, they come together and they tolerate each other's taste. It was perfect.